Let's move on from this. Talk about the Georgia Bulldogs, who are on the road going to Knoxville. Now, they're 3.5-point favorites right now, and we're all here shaking our heads because this opened around 7.5. And they've also, go Dogs, eaten this rivalry for breakfast the past 8 years. They've won these games by double digit or more. I'm even looking back, 7.5-point favorites last year, 9.5, 10.5, 19.5-point favorites in 2021, and they've covered all of them. So I know these aren't the same teams, but it is crazy to see how much money is backing Tennessee. So, I ask you, Mike, do you feel like it's a bit of an overreaction to the Tennessee side here?
I do, Kens, and it really is all about the numbers that we've crossed, right? You talk about 7.5. Do I agree with moving it down to 7 or 6.5? Yes, I do. I think the line could have settled at 6 potentially, but the fact that you're talking about crossing 7 and then 6 and then 4 and 4.5, that's a huge, huge move here. Yes, Tennessee scored 72 points against an opponent that really doesn't belong on the field with them at that point. They love to run it up with the high-flying offense. Georgia put 28 points on the board and absolutely nothing on tape. Kirby Smart, if you know anything about the man, is not putting anything on tape ahead of a matchup like this. I'm not worried at all for the Georgia side. I think it's a big overreaction. Love the 3.5 here.
Yeah, and listen, you look at both of those quarterbacks there, Aguilar and Stockton. It's not like any of them have played. For Stockton, this is probably his first massive road start. Obviously, he's played in some of those neutral sites here, but he's been in the system for so long, it doesn't seem to concern me. Tom, do you agree? Do you feel like he'll be okay here in Knoxville?
Oh, I do. And, I'm with Mike. I thought the 7.5 was the right number. Then it went down. It kept going down. And I kept saying, well, Georgia going to go back up, and it never did. So 3.5, I got to jump on the Bulldogs here. And listen, I think Kirby's been playing possum. The Georgia fans are all upset. Gunnar Stockton doesn't throw passes over 2 yards. Listen, they went out in the transfer portal, and they got all these shiny new weapons at receiver. Why would he showcase them in the first 2 games when he can sleepwalk through those opponents? I think you're going to see a much different game plan. You're going to see Georgia be more aggressive on defense. I actually think they blow Tennessee out.
Let's go. You guys got me pumped up for this game. Emory, tell me you agree with the team. Is it a go Dogs?
Last week when I saw that score with Austin Peay, and first of all, I put out a fantastic FCS Top 25 power rankings every week on CBSSports.com. Be sure to go check that out. I'm like, well, Austin Peay beat the brakes off of Middle Tennessee State, and they're in a tight game with Georgia. Maybe we're underestimating Austin Peay. They might be the best team in FCS, right? So let's throw that game out the window. Georgia, to me, is a very good, solid defensive football team, and that's what you need to take on a team like Tennessee. And I know earlier in the week, I'm going to say this right now because I know people will be in the comments going, oh, how can you take this side and this side? Earlier in the week, I saw this line. I was on the show. I saw this line at -6.5. I was like, oh, give me Tennessee plus the points. This will be a very close game because Aguilar is playing better, like his 2023 version, than what we saw from him last year. But now this number is at 3.5. Give me Georgia. I think Georgia wins this ball game around that number, a 4 number. So I like this for Georgia. I think Gunnar Stockton is a gamer. He has big game experience. We saw that last year in the postseason. So I can trust him in this spot. I can definitely trust that Georgia defense.
Let's go.